Richardson makes it out to the crease. West Indies captain, their leading batsman over the last few years. Only age 31, he's played a lot of cricket in that time.
Brian Lara makes a shot.
Good running. Brian Lara just keeping the scoreboard ticking there. Had a couple of attempted sweeps without success. And it brings the 100 up for the West Indies.
Richardson misses the shot and the wicketkeeper quickly knocks the bails off. A replay of the shot.
Pretty close, but the other chance. No, that came off the bat actually. And then Ian Healy, the attempted run out since it came off the bat.
Brings up Lara's 50. Just trying to put Greg Matthews off. Wandering around in the crease before he delivered it.
The next delivery from Australia to Lara, who strokes the ball to the boundary.
Picking the gap beautifully.
Richardson plays a shot. Then Lara slips as he's running along the crease.
Boone is long on. It's 2 for 117 and Lara's down. He's had knee trouble on this tour. Looks like once again he's slipped. No sprigs on the heel. That may well have been the problem. He may have been in going in. Quite often you go in on the heel rather than the toe. He's got a smile on his face, which is probably good news.
Australia look to get the West Indies out.
Steve Waugh. Throw just slightly wide, just to drag Healy away from the stumps a bit. Gave Lara enough time to get home.
I think Richard Richardson is just trying to make sure that Lara has fully recovered here. Certainly a big sprint on. Yes, I think the fact that the throw was a bit wide of the stumps enabled Brian Lara to get in reasonably safe there. Had a long way to come back to get to those stumps.
He's found the gap again. 7 runs off the over. It's 2 for 124. On Border about to bowl his 5th over. And he's gone. Brian Lara's gone. So the skipper's made a great breakthrough. Tony Dodemaide at backward point. One catching a thick outside edge and a simple catch for Dodemaide.
Yes, this plan of both spinners operating together certainly doing wonders for Australia. Brian Lara having to try and hit the ball. No great pace there. Not much spin. Peeling off the outside edge. A lot different from batting against the fast bowlers when you can use the pace of the bowler. You're having to have to actually try and score as quickly as possible, but he goes for 67. 3 for 120 at the West Indies.
Carl Hooper plays spin, well, particularly finger spin. He plays it quite well. That's beautifully struck, and Dodemaide didn't pick the ball up at all. He was heading in the opposite direction. So a boundary there for the West Indies. It's 3 for 139 after 31.
Those graphs that we produce every now and again indicate how things are going in an innings. Notice how things have slowed up since those 2 wickets taken by Matthews fell. Oops, just misses the outside edge and the stumps.
Richardson just trying to glance us away, just dab it down. It's only just missed that off stump by a fraction. And Ian Healy can hardly believe it.
So Border continuing with his left-arm orthodox spin. And he really has bowled very well. Matthews has got 2 to go as well. It's in the air and got him. He's gone for the sweep shot. Border set those men down there, making it very, very hard for Richie Richardson, who loves the sweep shot. And Dodemaide was right in the perfect spot. And more importantly, made the catch.
Very satisfying for Alan Border to have got his men in exactly the right position. Richardson just failed to keep the ball down. didn't roll his wrists over the top of the ball, hit the ball up. He hit it so well that it carried comfortably to Tony Dodemaide out at deep square leg. He spotted it perfectly through those dark glasses. Richardson is gone. West Indies are 4 for 159.
Gus Logie's the new batsman. He's just 32 years of age. Born in Sobo village in Le Bray in Trinidad. That's a beautiful shot down the ground. He really is looking very, very confident at the moment. Hooper smashing that one straight down the ground, despite the fact that there's just a little bit of spin there for Border.
The power of this shot just took it comfortably between the two fielders, neither of whom were ever going to threaten to cut it off. Lucky that man was there just over the back of the crowd.
Border throws the ball.
Fielder. Oh, and Border lets it rip down the other end. He's almost done his wicketkeeper in, I think. That one may have hit the bail may have flown off and hit the keeper. Have a look at Border here. What a good stop that is for a start. Border picks it up and he lets it rip. It hits the top of the bails and up they go into the face of the keeper.
35,000 people were here on Thursday night. It'd be at least that many, probably more. Over the top of the infield, chipping between the outfield. David Boone can't get around.
West Indies are 187 runs for 4 wickets. Logie batting.
Gus Logie aiming for the leg side again. Terry Prue has a close look. Steve Waugh wanted the LBW to be upheld. Logie gets through for 2. All right, we've got away to a bad start with the ball. He hasn't travelled too well in the field either.
Hooper hits a 4.
That's the sort of thing Gus Logie's been trying to do.
Hooper nods. A replay of Waugh bowling, then Hooper's shot.
Just timed perfectly there by Carl Hooper. Now this is a dangerous little session for the Australians.
That's the end of Carl Hooper for the day. Not one of his better shots, trying to work it away on the leg side. For a short arm jab at the end. And Steve Waugh, as he's so often done, gets a vital wicket towards the end of the innings.
A replay of Waugh bowling Hooper out.
Stump vision can take you right out to the centre of the ground there. And Carl is just making his way from that spot. 5 for 216.
Kenneth Benjamin has been preferred to Junior Murray in the batting lineup. He comes in to replace Carl Hooper. You can see that they got away to a pretty good start. Brian Lara and Desmond Haynes. Brian Lara in particular in those 2 wickets in the 20 over mark there. Not on the 20th over, 2 wickets in that over. Slowed them down for a while, then they started to get a bit of a run on again and just lost wickets. Kenneth Benjamin taking a big risk there, stepping in front of the stumps. An even greater risk in running to Alan Border. Alan Border, as he's done so often in the past, he's in that big wicket position, a position which he's made a specialty. Perfect for the left-hander. He picks it up very quickly and accurately hits the middle stump.
Well, he's a class act, Alan Border. Ian Chappell was saying the other day how it's evident that he only makes up his mind the last fraction of a second which end he'll throw. Now, he could throw either end here, but he's perfectly positioned and only takes out leg stump. But it's enough for Kenneth. Benjamin is on his way. 6 for 217.
Ian Bishop is the new batsman to replace Kenneth Benjamin. And it will be important for he and Gus Logie to finish this innings off as well as it was started and to commentate on the final few overs. We have Bill Laurie and with him Ian Chappell.
Upset to Border inside the circle at Whitey mid-on position. McDermott, the very first over today, has been very straight.
McDermott bowling in the green and gold of Australia.
Knocked him over. Beautiful bowling. Full length. Nice and straight. Bishop hitting across the line.
Yes, you can't believe how many balls the West Indies have missed. It becomes pretty terminal when you miss them on the stumps. But Ian Bishop, very disappointing. And just crunching into off stump. Not sure that he had the peepers on that one at all. Ian Bishop. He's out for one. The West Indies 7 for 220.
Courtney Ambrose takes guard. Umpire Steve Randell. Australians hit back hard in his final overs of the first final of the Benson Hedges World Series from the capacity crowd at the Sydney Cricket Ground. 7 for 220.
McDermott bowls.
Well played by Courtney Ambrose. Immediately bat on the ball. Jones making ground. The outfield fast. Knocks it back with effort. Taylor picks up the crumbs.
Intelligent piece of work there from Dean Jones. Not only did he knock it away from the boundary, but he knocked it towards Mark Taylor. Excellent piece of work. He knew that he was going to be out of play, lying on the ground, so he knocked it in Taylor's direction. Very good thinking.
West Indies have lost 3 or 6 of the last 18 deliveries. Logie gets it away nicely. That's a good shot. It'll be 4.
McDermott just giving him a delivery short enough to cut.
It's a good hit. That's a fine shot by Gus Logie. A perfect off drive. 12 runs in the wicket off that over. 7 for 231. Logie chips that nicely. They look for 2. Jones doesn't pick it up. Once or twice today the field's been having trouble picking up the white ball. 2 well run by both Ambrose and Gus Logie.
Logie faces the next ball in the final over.
It's a good shot. Come back for 2.
Yes, it was a good move. In fact, one short called there. Gus Logie's the short man has run a short run. But it was a good selection, picking Gus Logie. He did actually look where he was putting the bat. Didn't put it in the right place.
Final ball. Logie's gone. Clean ball by Stephen Waugh. So at the end, it's 8 for 240. Waugh once again straight in the final over, doing a great job for Alan Border.
It's good selection by the West Indies to pick Gus Logie. They've gone for his experience in one-day cricket ahead of Arthurton and Jimmy Adams, and he's repaid them. Good innings, which came to an end with the final ball. Looking, I think, there for a 6, going for the shortest boundary. But Steve Waugh was right on target. So 241, very competitive total, and it'll be hard work if the West Indies bowl well.
World Series, the finals.
Performance from the Australians to keep them down to 8 for 239. They came with a flurry in the last 10 overs and made 62, but the Australians put the clamps on in the middle. 67 to Lara and 45 to Hooper. Both those players batted very well. And Gus Logie, 38 from just 35 balls, justifying his selection. 8 for 239. And the bowling figures for Australia: McDermott bowled pretty well, 1 for 40. The spinners did a great job. Matthews 2 for 45, Border 2 for 46, and Steve Waugh, as he does so often at the end, 2 for 45 from 10 overs. So 240 at an asking rate of 4.8 per over. Even though the outfield is lightning fast and the pitch is very good, that is no easy task.
Man of the series, Phil Simmons, will open the bowling for the West Indies. He'll be bowling to David Boone. Conditions not quite as much in favour of bowling tonight as they were on those earlier occasions. David Boone gets a delivery just short of a length, and in his usual way forces very strongly on the offside. Straight past mid-off, no trouble getting to the boundaries.
I think Rich Richardson will soon find out exactly what he said there, Greg. That Conditions are a lot different today than there were a couple of occasions that Phil Simmons opened the attack for the West Indies.
That one was a little bit more in the air and close to the gully fieldsman than David Byrne would have liked. But happily for him, just wide enough.
Carl Hooper is pretty wide there. Sometimes pretty difficult to know exactly where you're going to stand if you're not in a normal position.
Australia slightly ahead on the comparison as Ian Bishop starts his second over.
West Indies try to catch Australia out.
A bit of running, a little bit of pressure there on David Byrne. Curtly Ambrose coming in from his wide mid-on position. Could have had him struggling if he'd been able to hit the stumps.
Yes, let's have a look at this and see how close it was. Curtly Ambrose certainly came in quickly.
David Boon, age 32, 134 matches, 130 innings. Boon's boundary shot.
Ian Bishop too wide of off stump on this occasion. David Boon very strong, square of the wicket on the offside. Phil Simmons is the gully fielder who had no chance.
I think Ian Bishop needs to have some way of knowing exactly what we are talking about up here, Greg. We warned him about bowling wide to David Boon.
David Boon is doing the job here for Australia. Phil Simmons continues and Mark Taylor has no trouble picking the gap.
West Indies fail to stop Australia hitting a four. The fans celebrate and hold up number fours.
Very good shot that by Mark Taylor. I think Phil Simmons will find conditions today a lot dissimilar from what he is accustomed to here at the SCD. This is a very good batting pitch.
Ian Bishop will continue from the Paddington end. And in the commentary position we have Ian Chappell and Richie Benaud.
And if they are going to tramp you on the off stump, that's the way to get around it.
Bishop is not thrilled with his luck. What have I done to deserve this? Could well be the thought running through his head at the moment.
Simmons bowls.
Have to be quick here. Gone for all money, Mark Taylor.
Gus Logie was probably less than a body length from the stumps when he actually let go of the ball. He must have been horribly disappointed about missing. Taylor was gone.
The Australians had 9 runs adrift at the comparative stage. That was after 11 overs. Curtly Ambrose. Gone. Boon is gone. Ambrose has bowled well since he's brought on to tie things down. He's picked up David Boon, a very, very thick edge, and it's 1 for 41.
Lovely soft little plop when that ball went into the gloves. He's got nice soft hands, Junior Murray. He was in good position there and it went right into the middle. So Curtly Ambrose, always the best of the West Indies bowlers. Very rare that he bowls badly, and once again he's done the job that he was called on to do. It's 1 for 41.
New batsman is Dean Jones, takes the place of David Boon. 1 for 41 Australia. Conference between Jones and the umpire. Now
I think what he might have asked for is the sweatband off Curtly's right hand.
Now, umpire Prue has a difficult task here. He has to convince Curtly Ambrose, who's 6'8", that he's to take off the sweatband on his right wrist before he bowls to Dean Jones, who has a broken finger. That could generate an extra yard or two from Curtly, I would think. The thing about it is that if the batsman wants something to be taken from the bowler's hand or arm, then it's well within his rights to ask for it, and the bowler should comply with it, because it will catch in the bowler's eye, as catch in the batsman's eye as the bowler's arm comes over. So Kirtley's got rid of that.
I was about to say that that broken thumb might get a severe testing from Kirtley, because he is the sort of bowler who can deliver shorter length deliveries that'll hit near the splice of the bat. He mightn't be aiming for the splice of the bat.
Very, very swift delivery. It's going down leg side, but Kirtley is very interested in Dean Jones' welfare at the moment. Batter is 21, Jones not off the mark. Kenneth Benjamin is the new bowler from the northern end. Oh, that's 4. It's a splendid stroke, but Kenneth Benjamin won't want to catch Richie Richardson's eye after that loosener.
You should get the feeling that the form is starting to come back for Mark Taylor.
Trouble for Taylor. Desmond Haynes was the fielder coming in very quickly. And everyone's on edge out there. The umpire has had the sweatband removed. Kirtley's charging in.
I think it was that first pace that Dean Jones took there that encouraged Mark Taylor to come a bit further. He thought that Jones... so he took the pace before he yelled no. No, I said.
Another fierce bowl from Ambrose.
So Mark Taylor is to face Curtly Ambrose now. He's still steaming in.
That's in the air as well. It should be out. Simmons. And he did well. Didn't he do well? Phil Simmons' feet went just as he was about to catch that ball. And he managed to keep his balance, keep his eye on the ball. And another very good delivery from Curtly Ambrose. This time does see the end of Mark Taylor.
Yes, it was a very good catch at the end, because he did slip. Watch this ball go up in the air, tried to hit on the leg side. Now just watch Simmons' feet here. Just slips, nearly fell over, and he recovered brilliantly. What a good catcher he is. So Simmons takes the catch. A very important one indeed too. So that's the end of Taylor. It's 2 for 48.
World Series, the finals.